Okay, it'll come out that way. Okay. Good afternoon, Damon. How are you? Hi, Darcel. I'm just shaking it up. Hi, Julia. Hi, Space Coast. What's up? Yes, this is the color that I'm changing it to right here. This is called mahogany. It's medium golden mahogany brown. That is actually my actual real hair color. So, hi, Patrick. I'm actually going back to my natural color, which I think is time. So, it's about time I go back. Yeah, it looks pretty, I know. So I will go back to my natural brown. Goodbye, red. Goodbye, red. I think it's gonna look really pretty. And I haven't been my natural hair color. Hi, Tex Guy. I haven't been my natural hair color in, oh God, it's been years, to be honest. Ever since I started dyeing my hair, I'd have to say maybe 10 years ago, I'm guessing. So yeah, it's been a long time. So it's time to go natural hair color. Okay, now I'm gonna have to, yeah, I hope so, Juliet. I'm gonna have to take off my glasses, which unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to see very well in the chat, so just be patient with me here because it is totally blurry in the chat right now for me. So let's put our gloves on here. These horrible, horrible gloves they give you, I'm telling you, these are the worst things I've ever seen in my life. But they work. So let me see. Yeah, I hope so. It's gonna look pretty. Red is getting old. So I had this one still too. I still had this carton. This one here I still have. And this one is a light intense auburn, but I didn't want to go red no more. At least not right now. I want to go back to my original hair color and leave it on for quite some time. So I'll see. I guess I'll just save this one for whenever. And I usually try to buy them when they're, you know, when they're on sale, because sometimes you can get a good price on them, sometimes not. But this one's gonna look really pretty. 100% gray coverage, and that's exactly what I need right there, right there. So let's see how well we can do it and get it all full of pretty, pretty brown color. So let me take my glasses off now, and here we go. Get it all mixed in there. Okay, come on now. There we go. There we go, get it in there. You gotta get all that covered. If you steal the sunshine. I can hear that one song out there. It's kind of nice. Godly, do I have a lot of gray or what? Sometimes I think I got too much gray. But that's okay. Gray's pretty still too. I'm gonna try to get it all colored up. Okay. of course, I'm not exactly an expert, so if it doesn't come out right, it doesn't come out right, but I think it will. I did the red pretty good, so I should be able to get this pretty good. I hope. As long as I get everything I need covered, you know. Time to get all that over there. That little piece of hair that just wants to stay right there is a pain in the butt. There we go, kind of get it in there a little bit. Hi, White Fang. You know what? I've never dyed my hair before until now, so, well, I did the red by myself. That was fun. But usually I don't, usually Jim would actually help me dye my hair, but he hasn't been able to do it because he can't bend, so it's kind of hard for him to do it really. So, but that's fine. I don't mind doing it myself. Oops, there we go. Right on the shirt. That's okay though. It's only hair color. It'll come off. So how's everybody's Saturday going? I hope everyone's been having a great day. You try not to hurt yourself with this stuff. Or try to get it on your clothes or your face. But sometimes it just doesn't work that way. And it's so much easier with my hair shorter because it's a lot easier to grab. You finally went grocery shopping, Darcel? Oh yeah, you know what? I haven't done that in a while and I know it's time, but I've been procrastinating and trying not to go if I don't have to, but and it's been a while since I've been grocery shopping, so I do need to go. Oops. I need to try to lift up this hair and try to get all of it up back here. Because I can't really see back there to be able to tell if it's doing anything. And of course, my hair, I have to use the whole damn bottle because my hair is so thick. You gotta use the whole bottle to try to get it all in there. I want to get all that red. I remember when I was young, my son Larry was younger, he would tell me, Mom, I want you to dye your hair blue. I'm like, I don't think so. Oh my God, Julia, where do you live? $7 for a gallon of milk. That's insane. That is ridiculous. See, you know, it gets all over your forehead and it's like you can't stop it. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't mind grocery shopping, but then when I come home, you know, you have to bag it. Then you got to come home. Then you got to unload the car. Then you got to put all that stuff away. Oh my God, it's like a pain in the butt. I understand how that goes. All right, we are almost done with the bottle. So we're going to get that right there a little bit yet. Okay, I think we might have gotten everywhere. Now we'll just have to wait and see how it looks. Hopefully it's actually turning. You can see it's actually turning the color I like. So, oh well. You know what? It's a t-shirt. It'll get washed. I'm not worried about the hair color on my t-shirt. So I'm not crazy about that. It'll wash in the wash. Okay, I think, trying to see how much is in here. There's still quite a bit in here. I can use it up all the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it while I still have a chance to finish it off. Make sure I get everywhere. It's looks like it needs to be in there. Oops. There we go. We'll get all that back here too. Okay, what I'm going to do is put some in my hand. And I'm going to go ahead and do this like that to get it everywhere in there. Well, I guess it's starting to look at that color in it. It's a plus, guys. Of course, all over my forehead, but I don't care. It'll get cleared when I go in the shower. Ooh. That's the perils of hair color, right? It gets everywhere, but that's okay. We want to make sure it gets everywhere. Okay, I think we are good to go. Well, let's see, there's still a little bit red up there. Let's see if I have any. Oh yeah, there's some more still coming out. That's good. Let's see if I can get that right there. All right, I think we are good to go. Make sure we don't have, oh, wait a minute. We like to use all of it, don't we? Yes, the whole freaking bottle. Make sure I get everything colored. All right, I think we are good to go. Try to get that right there, that little piece of hair. Good Lord, it just gets everywhere there. All right, we are done. Take these horrible, horrible gloves off. Put this in here, because that's all trash. All right, now I gotta try to wipe this. I made a mess, guys. Made a mess in my sink, on the counter. That's okay. Hair color just wipes you right off. It's no big deal. Let me grab this. Oh, darn my electric razor in the sink here. Okay, now, see if I can't get some of that to come off my forehead. It's like you try not to get it on your forehead, but it gets on your forehead anyway, because it's everywhere. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. Okay. Hi, Rapunzel. Hi, Artist Purple Butterfly. How are you? I would love to see Vermont. I hear it is so gorgeous. Blue? What's blue? Oh, no wonder it's so high. Okay. Artist, this is the color I'm doing. It's a light. Oh, hell, you know what? I'm just going to put my glasses on. It ain't going to hurt nothing. It is a white, it is a medium golden mahogany brown. That is the color I'm going to have. Now, let me do this right quick. I have to go ahead and here I am.
Thinking about voting for a douche because she doesn't have a brain. I don't know what's wrong with people in this town. More and more.
Yes, my younger son, when he was younger, wanted me to dye my hair blue. And I said, oh no. Blue will never do. I can't do blue. That's crazy.
Everything sucks.
Okay, I'm going to come down here. Hold on, guys. I'm coming down the steps because I want to leave the bedroom because Jim and I took a nice nap and he's exactly still sleeping and I don't want to wake him up if I don't have to. So I want him to get as much rest as possible. He's really tired. We both were tired because, like I said, we were both up. I actually woke him up at 4:30 this morning because his sugar alarm had gone off. And his sugar was down to 45. So I needed to get him up and give him chocolate so that he could get his sugar back up. Oh, look at that. I already don't see no red. Okay. Anyway. I'm sorry you're getting snow, Damon. I really am. I mean, right now by us, it's like, let me see. It's about 50 degrees, maybe. Artist, you want to dye your hair purple? I have never done that. I don't know if it would come out right for me, but it may come out nice for you. It's not, look at that. My glasses match my hair color. Hey, hey. Yeah, text guy Jim is okay. He's just sleeping right now because actually I was sleeping too. I woke up not too long ago. We were both tired because we were up at 4:30 this morning. Hi, Angie, and Jim's sugar had dropped down to 45. His alarm on his meter went off on his phone, and I noticed and I heard it, and I woke up, and it showed it was only at 45, and I had to wake him up and get him some chocolate so he can get his sugar back up, because if I would have just let him lay there and sleep, God only knows if it would have gotten lower. He could have died. I don't know. So yes, he's got diabetes, Artist. Yes. So him and I were tired a few hours ago, so we decided to go upstairs and lay down. So I feel better now that I took a nap. I really do. I feel a lot better. I was really tired. Yeah, my dad had diabetes too. Love you, Pops. My dad had diabetes too, and it was hard. It's hard to control. I just can't believe that this year, May, will be already 2 years since my parents both passed. So it's kind of it's still kind of like, really, they're really gone, you know? Oh, thank you, artist. It's just sad because my mom had ALS, so she was basically bedridden, and she could not. It started out where she lost complete use of her arms and her hands. And I remember when I would see her, I would go fly to Chicago back home to go see her, and we would be sitting at the dinner table, and she would ask me, Maria, can you lift my arms up for me? And because she couldn't do it, and I would literally have to lift her arms up, and we had to cut up her food, we had to feed it to her, and by the time it got close to my dad passing, my mom was just, she was basically in a bed, and then the ALS Foundation gave her a chair, so she was basically just stuck in that chair, and she couldn't walk, she couldn't use her arms, she couldn't use her hands, her legs, nothing. And when my dad passed on May 4th, we were there, and I could see how bad my mother was, but I never thought that she was that bad, that she was going to go that fast. And not too much longer after that, towards the day that she passed, my brother called me, and I was at work, and I was getting ready to leave for work, I should say, and he said, well, mom was getting really bad, you need to come see her. And I figured, okay, I'll go to work, I'll let them know I want to leave on Friday. And that same night, my brother calls me at 9 o'clock while I was on break and told me my mother had passed, and I never got a chance to see her before she passed. And it's been so long that I've been angry with myself for that, but it wasn't something that I could control. But and my dad with the diabetes, it was hard too, because he, his sugar went up and down too. So, and he was having things that he knew he shouldn't have either, but what can you do? Yeah, I believe they are, Julia. I believe they are. And I have one thing I treasure with my heart that I keep away, is when my mother passed, I was sent in the mail by the hospice people. My mother had made for each one of us, myself and my three brothers, made each one of us a recording that was on a flash drive. And hi, Miss Scratcher. And I cherish that to this day, because that's the only thing left I have of my mother's voice when she's actually talking. So I have that put away for me. And there's times where I go back and forth, because I miss the sound of her voice. I could hear it like it was yesterday that she was here. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I believe they're watching over me, and my brothers too. So, I'm okay with that. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I know, I'm trying not to either. Thank you. You have a good rest of your day, okay? Yeah, I miss her voice, and I miss my dad's voice every day. I miss his voice, because what's funny is I would call my mother almost every day just to hear things that are going, and she was always my key to what was going on with the rest of the family, because I have a big family. I come from an Italian family. My dad had 9 kids in his family, and we had all my aunts, uncles, my cousins, everybody. And my mother was like that doorway for me. Every time I would call, she would tell me, do you know what's going on with so and so? Do you know what happened with so and so? Your cousin did this, your cousin did that. She would let me know everything that was going on with the family. And like now, I'm totally like in the dark, because I don't talk to anybody. Nobody calls me to let me know what's going on. So it's like everything is just like, woo. Yeah, my dad, yeah, Cole, you're right, because my dad died unexpectedly. I didn't expect that to happen to him. He just gave up. He did. He just gave up. Oh, Damon, I'm so sorry. My dad, I think, just purposely gave up on his life because he knew that my mother was going to pass and he didn't know what to do anymore. He couldn't handle it anymore. He couldn't handle her disease. He couldn't handle the fact that she couldn't walk, that she was going to end up not like a vegetable, but she was going to end up in a bed, not being able to do anything. And I think he just basically gave up, knowing he could never do anything to help her. And he slowly let his life go. And when I saw him before he passed, he had gotten so thin that you could basically see the bone in his neck. You could see the bones in him. He was that thin. And I never, ever saw my father that thin. And he just gave up. I get, it's just, that's the only word I can use for it. He just gave up on his life and figured, I'm better off. Let me pass now, because I think he knew she was not going to last very long, and he knew she was going to come with him. So he passed on May 4th of 2022. My mother passed May 25th. And I think my mother, I honestly think it wasn't the disease that killed my mother. I think it was the fact that she died of a broken heart because my parents were married. Oh God. Hang on, I'll get it. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Let me figure this out. Hang on a minute. Okay. My parents were married 57 years, and I think my mom was just sad that he wasn't there. And she passed. No, my dad didn't have cancer. My dad just gave up on life. Space Coast. He wouldn't eat. He wouldn't drink anything, except wine, of course, but he wouldn't drink. He wouldn't eat. And he got to the point where he was so thin that he was bedridden. And on top of that, he had shingles really bad. So when I saw him when he passed, I couldn't touch him because he had shingles, everywhere. On his back, on his chest. It was really, really bad. And all I could do was say hi to him. He opened his eyes and knew it was me. And he closed his eyes back and went back to sleep. And then my daughter was there, my son-in-law was there, and yeah, he basically just gave up on his life because he knew what was going to happen to my mother, and he didn't want to be without her. And then my mother dying not too long after that. Okay, Luna, I'm coming. And then, my mom dying not too long, 3 weeks after that. She died of a broken heart. That's what I believe. And they're together. They're together, and I'm happy. They're up there having a party, looking down on all of us, and I know they're looking. So, and on Jim's dresser, I keep my favorite picture of them, and my favorite picture of my dad with my son Larry when he was, God, he looked like he was maybe 1 year old, if that. I keep a picture of him up there. That is my favorite picture of them that I keep on the dresser, on Jim's dresser, so it faces me when I go to sleep. I see them right there every night, every day. When I wake up, they're right there, so I couldn't be happier. I know it was hard. It was hard on my daughter when my dad passed, because my dad had always told me that my daughter was his favorite grandchild because she was my first baby. I am the only girl, and he always said she was his favorite grandchild. We lived with them for a year after I had her, and he was so good with her. I remember she was a very colicky baby, and I had to go to work when we were living with them when she was born. And I remember she would cry all night long, and I would walk around the house with her trying to get her to stop crying. My mother would walk around the house with her trying to get her to stop crying. Yeah, she had colic. And my dad would get up, give her, let me have her. And I remember to this day, he would walk around his house holding her, hugging her, kissing her, and singing songs to her in Italian. And there were times where she would stop crying. While he was doing that, he would walk around, and he didn't have any problem doing it. He would walk around, sing to her in Italian when she was crying, and she would calm down for a little while. Yeah, I guess only Grandpa. And like we call, because we're Italian, we call the grandfather Nono. So only Nono had the touch, and he would be up all night with her, singing to her in Italian, walking around the house, going from one room to the other, going down in the basement, back up, and he would sing to her all the time, and she would just calm down for a little while. And finally, when she got over that colic, I mean, she was just close to him the whole time. Are you finally eating your dinner? Good girl. I forgot you were outside. I am so sorry, Luna. I forgot Luna was out there, and it's kind of chilly. Who's coming, Luna? Watch him. Oh, that's just Larry. That's just Larry. Go get him. Yes, my son. Come say hello. Say hello.
Hey everyone.
There's Larry.
Which of these would you watch first?
Which one would you watch first? Well, I don't remember much of the 1979 Daytona 500. I was only 10 at the time. I was only 11. I mean.
That was when Donnie Allison and Cale Yarborough wrecked each other. And
I
Chiafetti
could not
won.
tell you. I was only 11. I didn't watch NASCAR then. Let's see, the 1998 Daytona 500. I didn't watch that one either. Oh God, I don't know. Who won the 2007 one?
Kevin Harvick.
And then that must be Kyle Busch? No.
That's Dale Jr.
I'd have to go with 2014 because I like Dale Jr.
I was supposed to say 1998 because that's when Dale Earnhardt finally won.
Oh, how old is Larry? Artist, he's 16. He's my youngest out of my three.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. Luna, somebody's coming. Go get him. Yeah, my daughter is 30. Wait a minute. Is she 30?
Yeah,
Yeah. She's going to be 31. Oh, good God.
he'll be 31 this year.
My older son is 26. Oh God, Kenny will be 27. Jesus Lord, am I just, man alive. You'll be 17 this year. Oh good God. Oh my Lord. Dale Jr. and Senior were the bomb. I liked Dale Jr. He was a good guy. I
Dale
like Dale
Sr.
Jr.
took 20 years to win the Daytona 500.
Hey, it doesn't.
20
It's not
attempts.
easy to win the race. It's a hard race.
1979, Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison fought after they correct each other.
Yeah, like I said, 1979. I was only 11, and I didn't watch NASCAR then, so I couldn't tell you about that.
2007, Kevin Harvick Mark Martin almost beat Kevin Harvick, but lost by a few thousandths of a second.
I didn't care much for Mark Martin. I didn't like him. Kevin Harvick, yeah, I guess he was okay. I'm not.
He's retired now.
Yeah, well, of course, you can't drive forever. You get older, you got to retire sometime. I'm sorry, my driver, your sister's driver, was Casey Kane. He's cute. He's sweet in person, very, very friendly. Dale Jr. was friendly in person too when we saw him. Like I told you that day I went with Dad to we were in Joliet, Illinois at the Speedway over there. And your dad went in with, this was at the time your Uncle Ray was doing that too. Your dad went in with Uncle Ray and a couple of other of Uncle Ray's friends to go get stuff signed. And I figured, okay, I'll just sit out here, you know, and I was looking around and all of a sudden here comes a golf cart. Now, mind you, I had no marker. I had nothing for nobody to sign. Here comes a golf cart. And sitting in the golf cart is Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr., Casey Kane, the three of them coming past me, slowing down and going right in the golf cart. I was like, oh crap, I got nothing in my hand to them to sign, and they stopped to say hello. How you doing? I'm fine. How are you guys doing? And they drove off, and I was like, I called your dad on the phone. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. And he's like, what? And I said, I'm standing out here, and I said, guess who comes up to me in a golf cart? I said, take Casey, Dale Jr., and Jeff Gordon. I said, I'm standing here, and you gave me no marker, nothing to get signed from them, and I'm standing here, and he's like, what did they do? And I said, they just stopped to say hello, asked me how I was doing, and then they drove off.
I guess they were all teammates still.
Yeah, and they just drove
Centric.
off in the golf cart, and I was like, okay. I'm like, hi guys, you know, and they just took off. I'm like, God dang it, I had nothing to get signed. I could have got something signed from all three of them right there. And then one of the guys that Uncle Ray had with him had to get something signed by Clint Boyer. And he said, Clint Boyer won't sign my thing. And
I think you told me about this.
they all look at me and they're like, give it to Maria. Yeah, I said, give it to me. I'll get it signed. Watch. He's like, oh, he ain't going to sign it for you. I'm like, okay, we'll see. So I go into the thing and I'm like, okay, there's Clint Boyer, and I'm walking pretty fast. And I guess he had one of his press guys behind him. I don't know who it was. And I think it was a car, if I remember. I can't remember if it was a car or a helmet. I don't remember. But I said, Mr. Boyer. And the guy stopped me and he said, oh, no, he's not signing anything. I said, I just want him to sign this. If he could please sign this. And Clint Boyer stopped and turned around and saw me. He's like, come here, I'll sign it. And he signed it, and I took it back. I said, here you go. He's like, I signed it for you. He wouldn't sign it for me. I'm like, I guess he liked me. He signed it for me. Okay. Yeah, I know, Space Coast. I know. You always have to have something to have them sign. I know it.
This was that Daytona 500 2014.
Yeah, when Junior won, I liked Junior. He was good. Earnhardt, yep, Dale Jr. Dad went chasing after Tony Stewart once and almost got hit by somebody on a golf cart trying to get Tony Stewart's signature on a helmet. And Tony Stewart actually signed it and said, you must be crazy. You could have gotten hit by that guy in a golf cart. You really need this autograph that bad? And your dad's like, yeah, that's my living. And he signed it and walked away. I was like, hey, you know, come on. Okay, Artist Purple, thank you so much. You have a good day, okay? Yeah, you're right, Space Coast, because at the time we were at the track, we were in, and Jim was going in the pits, which was really nice to go to the pit road. We actually were in pit road. And we went to Casey's, where Casey's thing was at, and we saw, you know, everything that was there. And but of course, we used to go a lot to the Fan Day Appreciation. You were a baby when we took you. When we took you to the Roush's, with Carl Edwards, and they had Roush there, and we were at because we saw Ricky Stenhouse Jr. there, Carl Edwards, and then of course we went to Hendricks Fan Day. So, and you were a baby, so we were there
with a bunch of people the night before, and we slept right out there and at their complex, right out there on the sidewalk. Luckily, it was summertime, so you were a baby. We laid you on the blanket. You fell asleep. I fell asleep. We got all kinds of free stuff. Carl Edwards is really nice in person too. And then in the middle of the night, Ricky Stenhouse comes with 30 McDonald's cheeseburgers, 30 McDonald's hamburgers, and your sister took a picture with him. She's got a nice picture. It's on my phone of her and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's like, you guys are sitting out here sleeping on the sidewalk. The least we can do is feed you. And he had bags of McDonald's cheeseburgers and hamburgers that he bought for everybody. It was really nice.
Makes a lot of money from.
Yeah, it was really
racing.
nice because he took pictures of everybody. Your sister took a picture with him. It was really good. Bobby Labonte, that's old, yeah.
This is 1998.
Yep, the Intimidator. That's what he was called. I didn't start watching NASCAR until your dad and I got married. He got me into NASCAR. We started because of, with your uncle getting autographs, and then your Uncle Bob even used to do that, get autographs. Well, he would get autographs from like a basketball. He got Michael Jordan. He got pictures with Michael Jordan. So, and Michael Jordan's really, really nice in person too. All right, listen, guys. I have to end this right now because I have to go in the shower and get all of this cleaned off. And then I will dry my hair. And then I will go live again so you guys can see the results. See, I dyed my hair, my natural hair color. Mahogany brown. Okay? So I will see you guys in just a short little time. I'm going to go get in the shower, get all of this washed off. I'll get it dried so we can see how it looks. Because I think it looks actually very pretty so far. Isn't it, Brown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I will be back in a little bit. No, I'm sorry. I can't take you with me in the shower, Patrick. I'm sorry. That's a no-no right there. I don't think YouTube would allow that. So I will see you guys in just a little bit, okay? Bye, everybody.